There are 4 levels of AI use. Level 1 will get automated. Level 4 will become irreplaceable. And the thing is that 99% of people never leave level 1. They don't even know that the other levels exist. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So before I show you the 4 levels, I want you to understand something. These levels are like a ladder from execution at the bottom to vision at the top. And this exact pattern has played out before. The people who saw it early became irreplaceable, and the people who didn't became obsolete. So in the 1990s, it's a cheeky example, but professional photographers spent years mastering darkroom techniques. These are skills that took time to develop. Then digital photography happened. The technical skills of being in a darkroom became worthless overnight. Anyone could adjust exposure with a slider on their camera. The darkroom was dead. The photographers who stayed focused on technical execution of being in a darkroom, they lost all of their value. They became obsolete. But the photographers who shifted to vision, composition, seeing shots that others couldn't see, they became more valuable than before. So the skills shifted from developing the photo to being able to see the photo. This exact pattern is happening with AI right now. Every time technology automates execution, human value shifts up the ladder to level 1 to level 2. These are execution. These are being automated. But level 3 and 4, these are strategy and vision, where you become more valuable to society. So the question isn't, will AI replace me? But am I going to climb up to the adequate level to maintain my ability to provide value to the world? So let me show you these 4 levels, and then ask yourself which one you are as I go through these. So here are the 4 levels. Level 1, task completion, using AI like a fast intern. You open your ChatGPT. If you see things like write an email, summarize this article, make this better, you're at level 1. You're using AI to execute tasks. And here's the problem. You're getting better at execution, but AI is also getting better at execution. AI agents are doing this, and they're doing it faster than you. You can't compete with AI. You have to become irreplaceable. So 90% of people are here. Now level 2 is workflow design. You figured out how to chain AI together. You're learning some prompt engineering. You're doing research. You're outlining things. You're drafting things, editing them. You're thinking a little bit more strategically. So you're at level 2. You're orchestrating the AI a bit. And so you're kind of like steering it, but you could still become replaced. You're still competing with AI in a fundamental way. And so this is progress, but you're still in execution mode. The idea is as AI gets better, you have to get out of execution mode. You have to move to a higher level. So the higher level is where you're managing the work instead of just doing the work. And so if you're just building better workflows or better tools with AI, you're still replaceable. 9% of people are here. Now level 3, problem identification, this is different. This is where you become hard to replace. You're asking, what problems exist that I'm not seeing? What patterns are emerging? What questions should I be asking myself? You're using AI to discover, not just execute. And this is the shift. You're going from how do I do this to what should I be doing? AI can't ask better questions on its own. It needs your vision, your judgment, your ability to see what's missing. And less than 1% of people are using AI in this way. Now the last level, level 4, systems orchestration. This is vision, this is design. You're building systems. You're designing what should exist. You're focusing purely on strategy while AI handles execution. And so in this way, you're not asking AI to do things for you. It's just doing them because your strategy is so clear. You're not even asking it to find problems. You're using it to build your vision of what should exist. This is where you become maximally hard to replace. You're not following any script that society has laid out for you. You're coming up with the script, and 0.1% of people are here. And so you notice the pattern. The higher you go, the less you compete with AI, and the more you collaborate and coordinate with it and orchestrate it. So level 1 and 2, you're just doing, what the AI is already doing, what agents are already doing. Level 3 and 4, you're doing what the AI can't do. So the gap between level 2 and 3, from execution to strategy, is where most people get stuck. It's not a technical gap, it's a creative gap. And let me show you what I mean. So this is the critical shift, the gap between level 2 and 3. Jordan Peterson said it best. He said, who should lead? Not the person capable of wielding the most force. Instead, the attentive, visionary communicator, the person who watches most closely and tells the best story. Now replace lead with survives AI, and it's the same principle. Level 1 and 2 is force, pure execution, doing the work faster, better, more efficiently. Level 3 and 4 is vision, watching closely, seeing what's missing, telling the story of what should exist. Now AI has infinite force, but it can't decide a direction. It can't be the visionary. So the shift from execution to vision, it isn't a new one. It's always separated those who are leading from those who are following it, but AI is just making this more apparent. It just is because it's making execution nearly worthless overnight. Vision is all that's left. And so here's what this looks like in practice. It's not about better prompts, better tools, but it's about asking different questions. Level 2 asks, how do I execute this task better? Whereas level 3 asks, what should I be doing in the first place? So here's what this looks like. Level 2 is you're thinking, you need to write 5 tweets today. Maybe you prompt, level 2 prompt is write 5 tweets about productivity. AI gives you 5 tweets, you execute it. Maybe you got a little bit better. Now level 3 is you are trying to figure out how to grow your audience in both of these scenarios. And you prompt it, what problems are people struggling with that my tweets aren't currently addressing? What patterns do you see in high performing content in my space? And what problems are those solving? And in that target market, what questions are people asking but not finding answers to? Then the AI will give you insights. You discover what's missing. You see what to create. You're not executing a task. You're identifying the right problem to solve. So the shift is this. It's simple. Stop asking AI, how do I do this? Start asking it, what should I do in the first place? What is meaningful? Stop using it for execution primarily. You can still use it for execution, but start using it more for discovery, because that's the difference. Right now, as AI is getting exponentially better at execution, every month that it gets better, you have a choice of whether you will learn how to get out of this game, how to get out of the task game and into the visionary problem solver game, because that is where you will add value to the market. You first need to be able to have the judgment and discernment to see what is missing in the market, and that requires vision. It requires judgment, it requires creativity. That's level 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 is fundamentally a less concrete thing. So developers, we thought that developers might be okay because you're writing code for the AI, but now the AI is writing code, right? And so we have to think about it not as there's the people who work with AI and people who don't work with AI. We need to think about it as the people who coordinate and orchestrate AI and those that were stuck doing technical work, right? It becomes a little bit less concrete. Creative value. What is creativity? Well, it's not as concrete as here's a code base, go learn it, right? So let me show you what's actually winning with AI right now. So if you look around right now, what's actually winning? It's not the people with the best prompts. It's not the people who know the most tools, that are the most technical, but the ones that are asking better questions, the people with vision about what should exist, the creators, the strategists, the systems thinkers. Because this is where AI is at today. It executes tasks. But the systems thinkers, the polymaths, they're deciding what's worth solving, and then they're going and using AI to go and solve it. They're high agency individuals. They have taste and judgment about what should exist. They see what's missing. They connect ideas across completely different domains. They take all of their lived experience up until this point, and they use it to better the world. So the gap between those two, that's where the value is. That's where the skill gap is. Some people say everything is a skill gap. This is what they mean. You start learning the skill of technical stuff, then you quickly realize that the real skill is more internal. It's less technical, right? So once you develop a vision, use AI to execute your vision faster. Even if you fail the first time, execute 10 visions over the course of 5 years, and one of them is going to succeed. Start seeing those problems, designing those systems. This is what really matters. And so I want to address a question. Could AI eventually automate strategy and creativity as well? I think the answer to that one is maybe. But here's what we know right now. Observably, AI can execute tasks faster than any human. It can follow workflows. It can't do strategy very well. It can't choose direction. It can't figure out what's worth doing in the first place. And even if it does strategy, who's gonna say that it's going to do it better than humans? Who's to say that even if an AI is doing strategy, how do we know it's good strategy? Maybe it studies and it does good strategy. Well, at the end of the day, the AI is going to run in a million directions. It's called combinatorial explosion. This idea that the way AI gets better is it just tries everything until something works and then it like trains itself. Well, the amount of different things that it can try are infinite. More grains of sand in the universe exist than what AI could do, or less rather. AI could do more than all the grains of sand in the entire universe, all atoms in the entire universe. And so that's where humans come in. We have discernment. We have ways of sensing and perceiving the world that AI doesn't have, that are intuitive, our gut level instincts. These are what we need to lean into, right? And so I hope this was valuable for you. And I want to leave you with what can you actually do, some concrete action. So tomorrow, before you ask AI to execute anything, ask it one question first. What am I not seeing here? Not how do I do this, but what am I not seeing? That's the shift from execution to discovery. So ask it to help you find and discover things. Maybe what problem are people in this space struggling with? What pattern do you see? Questions are people asking that are not finding the answers to? You want to ask it better questions. And so you have two choices. You either try to get better at execution and then AI beats you, or you move up the ladder, you stop executing, you start discovering. You ask better questions, you find better problems, you use AI to do strategy, and you watch your value increase in the world, and you watch your life get a lot easier. So you can either become the photographer in the dark room, or you can become the digital photographer. So the choice is yours. Thanks for watching. This was a fun one to make. And yeah, I hope you found value. This is an idea that I've been sitting with for a while now, and I really do think it's revolutionary. This idea that we need to become more strategic, we need to think more critically, we need to become more human rather than less. This is our advantage. And so I hope you found this valuable. I'm going to be creating more pieces of content just like this on topics just like this one. So I appreciate you for getting to the end, and I'll see you hopefully in the next one. If not, I hope you take some piece of action from this video to improve your life, at least 1%.